the most famous person in the history of French, if not in the world. Despite his height, he was feared all across Europe. Napoleon Bonaparte, brilliant general and former emperor of the French Empire. Our story begins on the picturesque island of Corsica, where young Napoleon was born on August 15, 1769. At the time, Corsica was a French territory, and his family was of Italian ancestry. Napoleon was born into a family of modest means. His father, Carlo Bonaparte, was a lawyer, and his mother, Letizia Ramolino, came from a respectable Corsican family. The Bonaparte family had 8 children, and Napoleon was the second-born. Young Napoleon was a bright and ambitious student. At the age of 9, he was sent to mainland France for his education, which was a pivotal moment in his life. It was here that he embraced the French language and culture, but he never forgot his Corsican roots. Napoleon's military education at the Royal Military School in Brienne and later in Paris set the stage for his remarkable career. He excelled in mathematics and showed a natural talent for military strategy. Napoleon's early military career was marked by swift success. He rose through the ranks during the tumultuous years of the French Revolution, where his strategic brilliance earned him recognition and promotion. In 1796, Napoleon married Josephine de Beauharnais, a woman of charm and influence. Their marriage would play a significant role in his political ascent, and it was a passionate but complicated relationship. Napoleon's rise to prominence began with his Italian campaigns. In the 1790s, he led the French army to victory after victory, outsmarting them with his innovative tactics and lightning-fast maneuvers, even with larger and more experienced enemies. Napoleon's fascination with Egypt led him to launch the Egyptian campaign in 1798. Despite facing challenging terrain and unfamiliar adversaries, he left a lasting impact by bringing scholars and artists to document Egypt's treasures. One of his most celebrated victories was the Battle of Austerlitz in 1805. Here, he faced the combined forces of Russia and Austria. Napoleon's tactical brilliance led to a decisive French victory, earning him the nickname the Little Corporal. The Peninsular War, from 1808 to 1814, saw Napoleon's armies facing the Spanish and Portuguese resistance. This protracted conflict was a drain on French resources and marked the beginning of his decline. Perhaps one of Napoleon's most infamous campaigns was the ill-fated invasion of Russia in 1812. Despite initial successes, the harsh Russian winter and scorched earth tactics led to catastrophic losses for the French army. Napoleon faced a coalition of European powers united against him. At the Battle of Leipzig in 1813, also known as the Battle of Nations, his forces suffered a crushing defeat. With his armies in retreat, Napoleon was forced to abdicate in April 1814. He was sent into exile on the island of Elba, off the coast of Italy, marking the first chapter of his fall. Elba, though a far cry from the grandeur of the French Empire, offered Napoleon relative comfort. He was allowed to rule the island as its sovereign, despite its only 223 square kilometers. Napoleon, ever the ambitious strategist, couldn't remain content on Elba for long. In February 1815, he made a daring escape, returning to France. Napoleon made a dramatic return during the 100 Days in 1815 and get some support from the people. However, his final campaign ended in defeat at the Battle of Waterloo, where he faced the British and Prussian forces. In October 1815, British authorities decided on St. Helena, in the South Atlantic Ocean, as Napoleon's place of exile. This remote, rocky island was chosen to ensure his isolation and prevent any further escape attempts. Napoleon's life on St. Helena was far removed from his days of glory. He lived in Longwood House, a damp and drafty residence, under constant British surveillance. The years of exile took a toll on Napoleon's health. He battled various ailments, including stomach problems and possibly stomach cancer, which left him in significant pain. During his time on St. Helena, Napoleon turned to writing. He penned his memoirs and reflected on his life, military campaigns, and the choices that had led to his downfall. On May 5, 1821, at the age of 51, Napoleon Bonaparte passed away on St. Helena. The official cause of death was reported as stomach cancer, though some historians have debated this. Napoleon's death marked the end of an era. His body was laid to rest on the island. To this day, opinions on Napoleon remain divided, with some viewing him as a visionary leader and others as a power-hungry conqueror. But his legacy keeps him alive to this day. One of Napoleon's most lasting legacies is his military innovations. He revolutionized warfare with tactics like the corps system, rapid artillery deployment, and the use of mobile artillery. Napoleon's legal reforms also endure. The Napoleonic Code, a comprehensive civil law system, became a model for legal systems in many countries, emphasizing equality and property rights. His administrative reforms modernized government structures, standardizing education, and establishing merit-based promotions in the civil service. Napoleon invested in vast infrastructure projects, such as the construction of roads, canals, and bridges, which not only improved transportation but also stimulated economic growth. Napoleon's conquests, while marked by military force, also played a role in the spread of nationalism. His rule inspired national identities across Europe, leading to later movements for independence.